For more, let's bring in the founder of the Ukraine Freedom Project, Stephen Moore. He is joining us from Kyiv. Stephen, we're seeing more deadly Russian attacks on Ukraine. How should the U.S. and its allies interpret these continued strikes on civilian as there are continued talks to potentially broker peace talks?
Well, in the Middle East right now, there's peace talks between Ukraine, Russia, and the Americans are involved as well. And during those peace talks, Putin is sending hundreds of drones into Ukraine that are killing civilians and wiping out the energy infrastructure, making it super cold. And I'm in my apartment. It's about 50 degrees right here, right now. The game you play is that when the electricity comes on, you crank your heater, trying to make your apartment hot, and then the electricity goes off, and the heat drifts out, and you don't know how long you will be without electricity or when you can start heating your apartment again. And so it's a little crazy. And if it's unclear to anybody who the barrier to peace is, then, let me be really descriptive. It's Vladimir Putin who's sending hundreds of drones into Ukraine to kill civilians.
Now, you co-authored an article titled "Russian Forces Are Liquidating the Catholic Church in Occupied Ukraine." It's a very powerful phrase. What do you mean when you use the word liquidated when you're talking about what's happening on the ground?
Well, that's a Russian word. The Russians say they are liquidating the Catholic Church. Catholic leaders here in Ukraine say that there is not a single Catholic priest left in occupied Ukraine. What a lot of people don't know is that Ukraine, so the western part of Ukraine, is more Catholic than most European countries. So it's a very Catholic country in the West. And there's a lot of Catholics in the East that cannot worship the way they want to because Vladimir Putin has shut down Catholic churches. And if they want to go to their church, there's a Russian soldier standing guard and keeping them out of their church.
Now, you have worked on a project. Can you tell us more what happens to some of the priests when these churches are shut down? Are they arrested? Are they deported?
Well, we've got a short film, No Priest Left, and it's part of our series. We've got a series called A Faith Under Siege. And if your viewers want to go to faithundersiege.com, then they can see No Priest Left and all the Faith Under Siege series that we've got that documents Christians just living under the worst abuses imaginable under the Russians in occupied Ukraine. And, we managed to get interviews with several amazingly brave Catholic priests who stayed with their flock as long as they could until the Russians literally picked them up and deported them. One priest is just amazing, man, told us of what it was like to be beaten and kicked and tortured by the Russians, and yet he prayed for the Holy Spirit to embrace him. And he said, as that happened, all the screaming just became something distant. And it was just him being hugged very close by a very powerful force. And he said he recognized where the martyrs from the first century got their strength.
Stephen Moore, thank you so much.
Thank you. Great to be with you.